Good morning. It is day 419 of my journey in making a full-length animated movie inside of Blender. And in this video, I'm not going to do what I normally do and work on the movie. Today, I'm going to try to explain what in the world this whole project is and answer some questions that are repeated and should probably have been explained earlier on. And I think that instead of explaining it in every single video, it's a lot easier to just make one video and be like, yo guys, this is the video to go to. So this is that video. Congratulations. Today though, I still have a game plan. Let's go. I'm gonna work on the animation course alive. I'm trying to get a lot better at animating because I'm pretty bad right now, because it's pretty important to learn how to animate if you're trying to make a full-length animated movie. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that because I actually finished one of the biggest environments for this, actually the biggest environment for the whole movie. Let's go. Last week on Saturday. So I'm kind of in like transition mode right now. So actually now is a great time to make this video. So probably the first thing you're kind of wondering is, how long is this movie? Is it like an actual movie or is it just a short film? And it's actually a full movie. It's like an hour, 46 minutes long. Right now, at least. So let's get into some backstory first. Moves camera for just no reason. Feels like moving the camera. So the movie is called Betty Fleetfoot. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what in the world does that mean? It's the name of the main character. Her name is Betty Fleetfoot, hence the name of the movie. Originally, this film was called The Grand Race. It was actually a tall tale my little sister Serena, who actually is now an author, crazy, wrote. It was like just this like little short story, and apparently 5-year-old me like really liked it, or maybe it was 10-year-old me, or something else like that. And I was like, yeah, I really like that. So eventually, when I got into Blender, I said to myself, you know what, that story would be perfect for animation because it's a tall tale. There's no way it's possible to actually do it in real life. Well, at least, I mean, unless you're Disney or something. So I was like, hey, I want to make this into a short film. So I wrote the short film and it completely flopped. It like totally did not work. I didn't have the hardware for it. I didn't have the software. Actually, I did have the software. I had Blender, but I didn't have the knowledge of how to use the software. And I didn't have the time either. I had like, yeah, I was trying to do it like Pixar, sort of like that sort of style. And I guess I'll just see if I can get some of the old videos. I actually posted all these time lapses of me working on it, and I completely went all in. I was like, okay, and then I used I remember I sculpted the character and everything, and I was like, yo guys, this is Betty Fleetfoot, it's so cool. And then the Rain character from the Blender studio came out, and I was like, that's a lot better. So I'm just gonna use that and like change it just a little bit so it's like my own. So yeah, old memories of working on that. It's crazy. I'm still kind of working on the same project now, just years later. So that was 2020, maybe 2019 or something like that. So yeah, this project's been in the works for a while, I guess you could say. But then I made a whole bunch of short films. They're all still on the channel, I think. They should be. I actually have a whole playlist linked in the description. I guess might as well plug. Shameless plug, I know, right? So yeah, I made all the short films, live action, and before that I had made one animated short film called Freedom. That was like my first introduction into 3D and like doing stuff. And yeah, so all that experience has led me to the singular project of my dreams. And it's not even, I mean, it's not like I've always dreamed of making a full movie or something, but the idea with making short films was, okay, someone might see this and be like, hey, do you want to make a movie? Here's money, and I'll let you make a movie. But then I was like, yo, why am I doing this if I can just, like, why make 100 short films when I could just make one full movie? Honestly, my thing was, okay, I'm going to try to do a short film every month for a little bit, and it wasn't really going anywhere. I mean, if I kept going, by now I probably would have had some sort of success somewhere, probably. Who knows? But I feel like it was the best decision to write a full movie. And why write a new movie when I already had a project that I really liked? So it went from, okay, let me make this short film, to, well, why make a short film when I can just make a full movie? So yeah, here's the aftermath of that. But I do stand behind the fact that I still have to make all the environments I have. because there's a farm and then there's the racing part, and there's all these different environments. And why go through all the work and rigging all the characters and all this stuff, which is what I'm doing right now, if it would just be like 2 minutes or 3 minutes long? So, I don't know. I think younger me had a good point, but also I'm gonna pay for it in great amounts of pain when I get to animation coming up later in this project. I'm probably gonna hate myself, but that's okay. So, let's see. I think I wrote this film. Boy, snap! I can't remember now. So 2023, I was doing the previs. Year before that, 2022, it was when I was writing it. And this film went through so many drafts. I wish I kind of documented my journey doing that, but I was super camera shy, and I didn't like to talk to the camera. Like, the last thing I wanted to be was in front of the camera. Anything to not be in like that. So I had to get through a lot of mental hurdles to get to the point where I just be like, oh guys, what's up? Hi to the camera. So I didn't document any of it, which is totally fine. So there's nothing to show of that, but I was actually right here, on this little table here. I just remember listening to like Interstellar on repeat, the soundtrack for that, and just writing in this spiral bound notebook. Actually, I could just get it, but I don't feel like getting it right now. But I'll get it later and be like, okay, put some B-roll, snap, boom, cool. And I wrote the whole feature film in like a spiral bound notebook, and it was kind of crazy, and it kind of worked, I feel like. And it was awesome because I didn't get distracted, on the computer. So that was like a crazy experience, and I was like, that took a lot of. It takes a lot out of you to write a full movie, and I can't believe I actually did that. Like, looking back, I'm like, dude, that's actually crazy. Like, could I do that again? I don't know. I mean, I hope so, but it really is a miracle that I was able to finish that. So I'm really thankful for that. And then when I finished it, I was like, hey, Ryan Trahan's pretty cool. So I was like, I want to make videos kind of like him, but I don't want to make videos. Oh, I'm making a movie and I could document that, and then that would build hype eventually for the movie. But then the problem was, I'd end up spending like a whole like 2 days out of the week editing, for weekly videos. So I ended up stopped doing weekly videos. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm having a hard time figuring out the best way to see, this is already 8 minutes long. I'm so sorry. I'm having a hard time figuring out how to condense everything that's happened so far in a period of time that's not like an hour or something. So I'm just trying to do my best here. Hopefully I don't have to cut too much of this. So all to say is I wrote the film 2022, I think. And that took the whole year basically. I mean, I was working on short films the whole way through probably, but yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So that's fun. And then yeah, right. So I was like, I want to make videos and I want to document the whole journey. I want to start January 1st, 2023, and I did. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't. I pre-recorded my first video like 2 weeks before because we were going to have this media fast over Christmas. And so it was actually scheduled like 2 weeks ahead. And I was like, okay, I just had to not worry about it for 2 weeks. And eventually, actually, the video did really well, which is crazy. It shouldn't have. Looking back, I'm like, dude, that video is not good at all. So with that, I jumped right into making. Oh, snap. I think I started to storyboard and I was like, I can't draw. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Previs is the way to go. But before that, I started to make all these 3D models for the movie because I was just lost. I was like, okay, I have the script and I have so much work to do and I was just overwhelmed. And I still can be overwhelmed like at any moment. It's like, boop, okay, I'm now overwhelmed. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. That's like one of my fears is like recording for like an hour and be like, oh snap, it's not recording. Even though this camera can't record for an hour, it's only 20 minutes. But still, 20 minutes is a long time, okay? Just to talk and not get anything out of it. But then again, it gives you a good first draft. So if that ever happens, take heart. It's not the end of the world, necessarily. So yeah, I made all these 3D models. I made the main environment even, or not the main environment. I started that, the Fleetfoot farmhouse where a lot of the movie takes place. And I ended up scrapping all that because it wasn't, I actually just finished doing that the second time. I gotta go here because like I actually have a real life, but I'll get back to you. Hopefully pick up mental note on the previs. So yeah, I made a whole previs and that was the thing. Hopefully I won't forget where I was and that will work out. This video is kind of weird and this is not my normal style, but let's go and yeah, enjoy the journey. See you guys later. All right, it's almost time for breakfast here, but I thought I might as well show you guys the wait, actually this is not even, this is my shooting script, but I'm gonna have to change a lot in the movie, honestly. Not a lot, but I'm gonna have to rearrange a lot of things. So the final shooting script is, oops, I almost dropped it there, is it's just like another draft, honestly speaking, but that's okay. So let's see here. I think it's here. Yes. Aha, I found it, lads. I found the original script, more or less. I don't know why I talk in accents just randomly, but let's see if for some reason I decided to put my email there, so I'm gonna like put my hand over that, even though it's my junk email. But let's see. Skadoosh. Betty Fleetfoot, written by Joshua Whitney, paper draft, started 4/15/2022. And done. Bro, what? How in the world? It only took me a month? That was the longest month of my entire life. That's crazy. Wow. I'm actually stunned by that. For some reason I thought it like took way longer, but then I had to do all these drafts and I had to type this up. And I still I kept a lot of what was originally in here in it, but I ended up rewriting a lot also. So it was a very good experience, but it was very long and painful at the same time. But it was good. Most things that are good, people running past the camera and focus is changing. Anyhow, most things that are good come from long, painful things. Sometimes, maybe, I don't know. I had to say something, so I made that up on the spot. Anyways, yeah, this whole book thing I'm about here is like full of old versions of the script. I'm not even kidding. Like, actually, that's not true. See, I think there's other things in here, but I think this whole thing is just scripts. The same script, just printed 100 different times in different drafts and things. The amount of revisions I made is ridiculous, and the amount of revisions I still have to make is probably going to be ridiculous. But honestly, a lot of it isn't going to be like scripted. It's going to be like, while I'm in, when the editor, I'm like, oh, this scene should actually come before then and stuff. Because they say the final script of the movie is made in the edit, and that's very true. You have no idea how many times I've been editing something, I'm like, oh, you know what, this scene can go before that. Not like the recent videos, because recently I've just been like doing super chill videos like this, but like I used to really, you know, go all in on editing and I try to fit a whole month in, and you end up rearranging things a lot. So it's not lying, it's just making it so that it actually makes sense, because the way things often play out, it just doesn't make any sense. So anyhow, it's time for breakfast now, and then when I get back, I'll try to explain to you guys the whole prevising process and get you guys up to speed. And hopefully this video is going to be mildly acceptable to you, the audience, because I don't really know what I'm doing here, and I'm probably gonna have to read. Hello there. Previs, yes, that is what we were going to talk about, I think. Hopefully. If not, I'm sorry. I have no idea than what I was saying previously. So, the previs then, right, so I wrote the whole movie, and in 2023 I was like, guys, let's make this a thing. And I documented my journey as best as I could with weekly videos. So yeah, I worked on all those 3D models, realized, guys, I can't just keep going and making 3D models and like not having a storyboard. My original concept was make a storyboard, but I can't draw. So I reverted to doing a storyboard in 3D, which I ended up calling a previs. And I think that's technically what you call it, but a lot of people don't know what a previs is. So it's, yeah, just a rough version of a movie, basically. They even use it for live action movies, like a lot of Marvel movies, a lot of big budget movies. It's cheaper to preview a sequence or something, or even the whole movie, like way before you like cast, you know, all your actors and stuff, or even if you've already cast them. It's a lot cheaper to preview it than build a whole set and be like, oops, this doesn't this whole scene isn't needed, which still happens, but it's a lot cheaper to do that. So for me, it's a lot easier to to preview or make a rough draft of the whole movie and realize, oh, I don't need X, Y, and Z scenes or even the whole locations, instead of doing it and you know having to delete like months of work, which would be so super duper painful. So it's a trade-off. Spend months and months making previs, or spend months and months making a full movie and deleting some scenes. So I think I did the right decision, or made the right decision, and made the preview. And now I have like a full hour and 46-minute video file on my computer. It's like, yo, cool. That's a full movie, basically. So my goal in 2023 was to make a full-length animated movie inside of Blender in 1 year. That was my little shtick. I'm making a full-length animated movie inside of Blender in 1 year, and I basically completely failed. But that's okay. But then again, technically, I did make a full movie. It just wasn't the movie I was looking for. So, it was a very bittersweet coming to the end of the year sort of thing. And I just had to let go. I was like, okay, well, that's that. Let's move on. Let's keep going. No reason to stop. So, yeah. The previs was the hardest thing after writing the movie. I feel like I don't know. Looking back, I see writing the movie as a more pleasant process, but I know that was also it was a crazy amount of work also that. So I don't know. I don't know what was would have been more enjoyable, but each part is a part of a bigger whole, which is really fun. It's really cool to work on a project it's so big that you can work on small but massive chunks, at a time. And that's what making a full movie by yourself apparently looks like. So, or for me at least, that's what it looks like. So the previs, I think I started, I don't know the dates. I really don't. And I could look at the videos, but I don't really feel like spending like an hour trying to find the dates right now. So I'm going to say February of 2023 to, I think I finished November or something of that year. Maybe December, probably November. And it has like rough scratch audio and stuff. And by the way, if you guys want to check it out and want to support me, and I don't recommend like watching it if you want like something entertaining. It literally is, it's so bad. I have so much work to do, but if you guys want to support me, I do have a Discord server. It's free, but then there's the Elite server subscription, which is like $2.99 a month, and there's actually 3 people who joined it like a few months ago. So thank you to you 3. You guys are awesome. So if you guys want to support me, that's the way I've set it up. I don't know. I'm not very good with this whole, I don't know, turning your creativeness into something that actually produces money. So you know what? That's okay. All to say, the previs is done. Yay. The next step was then to create all the environments, models, and things for this movie. And that's where we are today. So I made the main character's farm and farmhouse, and I just realized I have not given you guys the big rundown that I was like, the whole point of this video was, was to kind of give you guys a rundown of who Betty Fleetfoot is and her story. So that's coming up in a minute after I get through this little spiel about like my journey so far in making this. Which I guess, yeah, I'm not sure how this video is supposed to go, but I'm just gonna wing it, I guess, because that's what I'm good at apparently. A lot of winging going around here. Yeah, so now I'm going through and making all the environments, so that's kind of crazy. And we just finished the biggest environment like so far, and I guess I'll do a screen recording kaboom of it and kind of just show you guys what's going on there. The style of the movie is a low poly, like everything is sort of made out of cubes style, and I've never seen a full movie done like that. I mean, there's some short films like that, but I think it'll definitely be unique, which is really cool. So I think the style is gonna work out, and I think it'll be really cool. I guess I don't have much more to say about the whole creating the models process. It's pretty basic, but it does take a lot of time. And I wanted to shout out the people who, I think back in February of last year, so like a year ago now, they helped make all these models, like a whole garden, like all these assets and stuff that I was like, hey, you guys want to help? here's a list of things to make. And I've not used that so far. So I need to write that down and add all those, what it's usable at least, to the farmhouse file. And not just because I want to say I used it, but I mean, people spent time and made like random things for me, and that's kind of cool. And I want to respect the time people put into that. The main reason I'm not like being like, hey guys, I need help here, is because honestly, having other people help is almost, I'm so bad at sitting on the floor. It's like a weird problem. Anyways, awkwardly shifts position. It turns my job from being a just making things into directing. And directing is awesome, but it's hard to do directing when you aren't paying the people who are, doing the thing. And or actually, it's just hard at all for all, like, the whole thing, whether it's paid or not, but especially when it's not paid, because you have to explain to people, okay, this is the style I'm going for, and then you have to be like, okay, sorry, that's not working, can you try again? And that's a huge mental thing to get over. And like, some people, like, they'll be super passionate about a project for like a day, and they'll be like, yes, I'm all in, and they'll be like online the whole day and like, be awesome. And then, they'll wake up the next morning and be like, yeah, I don't really feel like doing this. And that's totally fine. And that's no worries if like you were someone like that or something. But it just, for this project, I'm basically just gonna do this on my own. I know how crazy that sounds. I know how much work that is. Trust me, I've been doing this for a year now. And I know there's a lot more to get done. And I know eventually I'll probably maybe ask some people, hey, for help with animating. But we'll have to see, because so far I've not, like, for example, the way I'd have people help with creating 3D models for this movie would be, I make a list, kind of like what I did last year. And boy, it's weird. I can't think of a list like that. I don't know. I mean, that should be something pretty simple, but I just kind of go with the flow, honestly. And yeah, that's at least that's what I've discovered. So yeah, that's kind of why I've not been like, hey guys, I need help here. Even though I need help so bad, but yeah, I don't actually. I don't know. It's such a weird thing to say, but the one thing that I could use more of is time. If anyone has like a time machine, send it now, please. So yeah, time. It's like the big thing. The more time I can get, the better, I guess, because this is just a long journey. It's a long journey, it's not even a hard journey. The only reason it's hard is because it's so long. Like, nothing I'm doing is like, oh wow, that's so cool, this is so groundbreaking. Anyways, I'm going on a super duper side tangent right here. This recording's already 10 minutes long. I'm sorry, I'm going way over time, I guess, technically. I'm trying to make these videos like 20 minutes, like, long round, and I've already gone past. I'm almost guarantee you. Anyways, here's the part you guys probably came for, or at least people who have been watching the videos. What in the world is this movie about? Betty Fleetfoot. Who is Betty Fleetfoot? Why is her story worth being told? And am I gonna even like the movie? That's a great question. Thanks. So Betty Fleetfoot is, well, in the opening scene, she's 17. Then she has a birthday. She turns 18. And by the end of the movie, she's 19. So that's the thing. Yay. Now you guys know. She is from, I think in the original Tall Tale, it was Kentucky. I kind of threw that out with a whole bunch of other Tall Tale-ness. For example, in the Tall Tale, the horse literally, I'm pretty certain it jumps over the moon. And there's like a magical lasso and a hat. And like, I kind of yeeted that pretty far. And that's a thing. My sister was like, but it's not a Tall Tale anymore. I'm like, well, it's fine. And she's fine with it now. That was something though that I was like, oh, is this even the same story? And it's not necessarily the same story. It's the same characters. And I took a lot. It was inspired by the Tall Tale, I guess. So maybe when the movie's out, I'll like get her to finally like rewrite the story like, because there's even like some little grammatical errors, because I mean she was like, I don't know, 7 or 8, maybe 5. I don't know how old she was. There's no date on it when she wrote it, so that would be cool. Anyways, that's another super long side tangent right there. Again, I need to get better at this. Sorry. Let me think here. So yes, you know who Betty Fleetfoot is now. So I'm unsure of the origin of Betty Fleetfoot. Like, has her family been on this farm for a while, or did they just get there? The script currently, as it is like there's literally a for sale sign that's still on the property because they just bought it, and I'm throwing that out of the water, I think, because I want this to be a family farm now. I decided that like a few months ago, and I've still not updated the script or the previs, but that's okay, because I'm learning a lot about these characters as I've been building these environments, which has been really a cool process. It actually has been really cool. Like just building like their world, you kind of see things and I'm like, oh, you know, they can do this and they can have been doing X, Y, and Z. And I wish I almost, not that I built the environments and then wrote the movie, but I wish there was a more like back and forth process with that. And I'm going to create that the best that I can going forward. So like, I'm not going to go back and like, okay, guys, time to rewrite the movie. Actually, maybe I'll need to. I don't know. We'll see. This is all to just make not the best movie in the world. I said that a while ago. I want to make the best movie in the world, but what does that even mean? I have no idea. Like, what is that? Like, there is no such thing as the ultimate movie, okay? Every story is different, and I want to say every story is meant or worth being told. That's not true, though. But I want to make a story that's worth being told, and something that people can look back and say, that really maybe impacted me, or I really enjoyed that. That made me laugh here and there, and I really liked that character, you know? I don't want it just to be, okay, cool, this kid made a movie in Blender, you know? That's pretty fire, let me see this, you know? I want it to actually be a good movie, you know what I mean? I don't want to, if I just wanted to make a movie in Blender, trust me, I'd be done by now, okay? There's, yeah. If it was just about making a cool movie, it would not be as hard, honestly. I feel like, at least. Maybe it would be. Anyways, let me get back on track here. I keep going on random side tangents. Hopefully this isn't too atrocious, and hopefully I won't have to delete this video. That's nice. That's not concerning at all. Let me think here. Where was I? The beef of the movie, okay, is that Betty has always liked horses. Her father used to be a pro racer, along with Betty's uncle, Spud Dauber. Remember that name right there, Spud Dauber? He's gonna come up later. There's someone who actually watches these videos whose name is apparently Spud, and he's always like, I'm the villain of the movie. I'm like, okay. So, you finally made it in the videos. Congratulations. Spud Dauber, the antagonist, gives Betty a horse for her birthday. Drama, guys, seriously, drama, big drama, because Betty's parents, and therefore Betty, has a disposition, a beef with Spud. So there's like a big family feud. Not to give anything away, but there was a bad accident that happened basically when Betty was born, or before Betty was born, and had something to do with horses, and had something to do with a big race, and had something to do with Spud and Henry Fleetfoot and Lauren, or Lauren. I'm not sure how you say the name. It's really weird. My sister was like, it's Lauren. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was Lauren. And I wrote the character, so that's kind of awkward. But anyhow, the parents, Betty Fleetfoot's parents, and Spud Dauber, they don't get along at all. And yeah, that creates a weird dynamic where Betty's like, I want this horse. I don't want to like let my parents down. I don't want to like split the family more. But eventually Henry's like, okay, fine, you can give her the horse, whatever, you know? And it's kind of like this momentary reunitement of the family. It's like, okay, cool, we can be a family now. This is cool. Yeah, you know, want to come over? You can come over sometime, you know? And it looks like, okay, this is gonna be kind of fun. And then the big the break into the next act almost happens. And this is not a spoiling the movie either, because clearly there's a horse race if you guys have been paying attention at all. For Betty to keep the horse, she has to race former pro racer Spud Dauber, and that kind of throws Henry, Betty's father, for a huge spin. Because, whoa, Spud, you were in an accident like 20 years ago, and I don't go into the details, and I don't even know what happened. Don't tell anyone that, though. You feel it in your mind, okay? Maybe there was a death. Maybe there was something tragic. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. There was something bad that happened. And he doesn't want her daughter to be even... I mean, they've not talked for ages, okay? Just like for the groundwork. And then just to come in and be like, hey, want this horse? Be like, okay, fine, whatever. And then be like, okay, and you have to race me? That's not gonna fly very well. So yeah, there's some big drama that happens there. And then eventually he's like, hey, you know what? I gotta let go. My daughter she's old enough to make this decision herself. And she ends up racing him. And I'm not gonna spoil the movie. I'm not gonna do it, no matter how hard you guys ask. This is an 18-minute clip. I actually don't know how he just talked for 18 minutes straight, almost I don't think that was any cuts. I mean, so far there's not been any cuts, unless Joshua decided to cut, which he probably did. It's kind of the big storyline, and then there's obviously a B character that I'm not gonna talk about because I don't want to spoil anything once again. But yeah, there's a whole like thing that goes on, and it's like a thing, and it's like a cool thing, and I think you guys should probably like the thing that I'm making. So I hope that kind of gave you guys some more clarity. It probably didn't. I probably been rambling uselessly for the last 20 minutes, and I'm kind of sorry about that, but I'm not really. Once again, there's a lot more that goes on. I don't want to spoil it too much. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you want to support me, like financially, that's a thing in the Discord server subscription. It's cool. It's like a Patreon. Okay, think Patreon. Just it's not a Patreon because yeah. Thanks for checking this video out. And if you want to support me not financially, watch the videos and share them, I guess, and subscribe and do all the things because that's the thing, I guess. And try to enjoy this journey. It's a crazy journey. It's a long journey. It's a slow journey, and it's not a journey that is it's not get rich quick at all. Definitely not. It probably is just a slow hole in my wallet. But other than that, everything's fine. I should stop this video. I think I should definitely stop. So bye. Watch another video. Oh, I could do that there. Cool. Watch another video. Yeah. Bye.